New Orleans Saints have their wheels back, so they're hitting the road and heading west to visit the LA Chargers back from Arizona, hoping those same zebras they dealt with in the desert stayed behind.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense number 20.
That is unnecessary roughness?
What is it, just because the Chargers are in the Chiefs division? No, I'm not allowed to say that. If anyone asks, it was AI. Saints defense staring at a Chargers offense that didn't score a single touchdown last week. Tied for 25th in points per game this year, less than 18 a game.
Wide open, then the ball is knocked loose. The catch is made. It's going to be Arizona ball, knocked loose.
So we have a points challenged O wrestling with a Saints D that's been pretty generous to opposing offenses. 25 points per game allowed, tied for 25th.
Wide open, yeah. Javonte Williams goes in untouched.
Still, Herbert doesn't face a bad pass defense, a banged up one, but not a bad one. Lost cornerback Paulson Adebo. Oh yeah, they do have rookie Kool-Aid McKinstry to take his place, but Marshawn Lattimore left with a hurt hamstring too. They didn't struggle with Bo Nix the passer anyway, held him to a sub-80 rate, just 164 yards. They're holding quarterbacks to a mid-70s rate on the back of 10 INTs this year.
Once he felt Humphrey look back for the ball, he did a good job of getting his own eyes turned back and was able to locate it and knock it away.
What LA does hope came back with them from their trip to Arizona, their passing game. Justin Herbert didn't throw any touchdowns, but 349 yards, a season high, a nice 8.9 yards per attempt.
There aren't many people on earth who can make this throw. This far down the field, rolling out to your right, and then zing it with someone in your face.
He loved him some Will Dissly last week. Targeted the tight end a team high 11 times, 8 catches, 80-plus yards.
Dissly's been the top target, and across the middle, there's another completion to him.
Saints defense has allowed a 90-plus rate to tight ends. Not bad, but not as tough as they've played wideouts. In this one, those guys go by Joshua Palmer, Ladd McConkey, and Jalen Reagor. Reagor hauled in a 41-yard pass versus Arizona. McConkey with 5 catches, 46 yards.
Watch him widen, gain leverage, swing by. See how he puts that right foot in the ground?
Palmer, 4 receptions, 63 yards.
Has time and delivers a strike across the middle.
Where New Orleans defense lacks pass rush and rush defense. Didn't drop Nix once, and bottom dwellers when it comes to generating pressure.
The outside, he goes, the open man, he finds him down the sideline.
Herbert did get taken down 3 times by Arizona, who doesn't sport the best pass rush either, so maybe there is hope for New Orleans shoppers this week.
Herbert harassed and knocked down.
Chargers had been a run-first team prior to last week. They may rely on it again in this one. J.K. Dobbins didn't do much versus Arizona, but the Saints defense he faces this week, they're in Laurie Foreman territory. 5.6 yards per carry allowed to the position. Doesn't get any easier. Gave up 88 yards, 2 touchdowns on 6.3 a run to Javonte Williams last week.
Through the middle, big hole, exploiting it, Javonte Williams.
Not cheap, fine, free, whatever. Burn either way. Whodat spent the last week listening to some Cinderella, watched Spencer Rattler for the second week in a row, unable to generate much, 175 yards passing, finished last week under 5 yards per attempt.
Rattler in a little shovel dump, and they turned the ball over on down.
Derek Carr is expected to be back, though. 8 touchdowns against 4 picks, 100.7 rating. Sing it with me. Don't know what you got till it's gone.
Carr stands now, fires it deep, middle of the field. Rashid Shaheed, see you later, bye!
Carr won't have an easy time, though, revving their engine against LA. They're taking on the #1 scoring defense in 2024.
First down, again, ball batted and intercepted.
LA's secondary picked off Kyler Murray once, only 1 touchdown allowed, just 145 yards, sub-70 rate.
Jasir Taylor again, that offhand punch, just stabbing at the ball.
What kind of time should Carr expect to have versus Khalil Mack and company? The Chargers pass rush didn't bag Murray once week 7, still no Joey Bosa. Rattler, he was sacked 6 times by the Broncos. Saints pressure rate faced in 2024 on the wrong side of average.
High snap, drops it, in trouble, runs into his own man, then loses the ball.
Rattler's rookie status and style played a role in all those sacks, though. Carr has only taken a sack a game. He's not the only key offensive piece they get back in this one either, they hope. Didn't have Chris Olave last week.
Carr, lofting for Olave! Touchdown, New Orleans!
Maybe Rashid Shaheed, though his status a little cloudy as he's dealing with a hamstring injury. But if he's back too, their engine might be able to fire up again.
Shaheed, he's got it for the touchdown!
Add in rookies Mason Upton, got 9 targets with those guys out last week. 45 yards. Bub Means, 37 yards. Vet Cedric Wilson, 57 yards and a TD.
Fired, caught, touchdown, Cedric Wilson.
Of the three types of pass catchers, LA has struggled with wide receivers the most, not so much tight ends and running backs. But they did give up 50-plus receiving yards to James Conner, also gave up 100-plus yards to him on the ground, 5.3 a run, gave up 64 yards to Kyler Murray on the ground and a touchdown. Rush defense wasn't strong last week, hasn't really been a strength this year.
Look out, in space. Kyler Murray, it's a sprint down the sidelines, and they won't catch him.
Alvin Kamara up next, 6 catches last week, didn't do much with them or his handoffs. He comes in off one of his roughest outings.
Give it to Kamara, around the corner he goes, but nowhere.
Saints trying to tie up the all-time series between the two. They've beaten them the last 4 straight to close the gap. 2008, year they started the streak. Classic Drew Brees, Phillip Rivers shootout. Each guy 3 TD passes. Saints win it 37-32.
Lance